Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're so well and I hope you enjoyed my last video, which was a big old makeup and beauty haul. If you haven't watched that yet, it is linked down below. Go and check that out so that you can see what I've recently picked up, some stuff from the drugstore or high street, and then also some higher end makeup as well. Today, I am going to be testing out loads of new drugstore makeup that I've never tried before. It's not a full face, I'm going to have to do some substitutes for things that I have tried in the past, but I thought that this would be fun anyway, and I hope you're excited to see some new stuff and for me to let you know how I think about it. Once again, everything is linked down below in the order it's used in. The kind of main event for this video has to be this. This is the Maybelline Soda Pop palette. This is what it looks like. It looks stunning. And it smells sweet. It's a non-identifiable smell. It's kind of just vague sweet, you know? So if you guys want to see me create a look using this palette, then keep on watching. I'm going to start with the eyes because I don't know where this look is going to go and I don't know what the fallout is like with this palette. We'll start with the eyes, which means that we're going to have to prime. Today I'm going to test the L'Oreal Infallible More Than Concealer concealers, and I'm going to use these as my eyeshadow base. So like I said in the haul, I picked up the shades Ivory and Oatmeal, which are two very light shades. This is Ivory and this is Oatmeal. These swatches are from some eyeliners that I was testing out earlier, so I'll rub them off in a sec. Honestly, neither of them really look like my shade. I'm gonna go in with Ivory just because it's a little bit more of a warm tone, but it is still super duper light, but you know, I don't know how much I need. Blimey, okay. Definitely put a bit too much on here, so we'll move it over to the other eye. We don't need a lot of product, which I guess is a very good thing. My first impression on this concealer is that it is like really full coverage, like really full coverage. So it's very matte. We'll see how it goes, whether it creases. I'm not gonna set it. We'll see whether this creases while I talk to you a little bit about this palette. Like I said in my haul, this retails in the UK for £30. £30 for a Maybelline palette? Like, is it just me who thinks that's a little bit extortionate? So you get 12 shades in this palette. It's a really lovely layout. The 4 more wearable shades are bigger because you'll probably get more use out of them. We got some lovely pops of color, some highlight shades. It's a well laid out palette. I feel as if it's only right for me to use Blue Raspberry just because of my blue tie-dye, but I'm also really intrigued by Grape Pop. So let me just show you a few of these shades. So here are a few swatches. They look pretty pigmented, but they do feel a little bit crumbly. Let's just start and see where we end up, because that's all we can really do. Let us begin. I'm going to start with this shade here, which is Chilling. Before we start the eyeshadow, let's look at this base. It has creased. I didn't set it, but it did crease, but it's not too bad. Okay, it's hard to really tell the pigment of something when it's the same color as your skin. This is going on nice. I like the shade. It's practically my skin tone, but it applied nicely, blended pretty easily. So far I can't complain. I'm gonna take Cola Float, which is this shade here. It's a gorgeous warm brown. There is quite a bit of kickback in the pan, which doesn't offend me particularly. I don't really mind, as long as the eyeshadows look good on the eye. That the only thing with kickback is there's a little bit of wasted product there, but to be honest, for a £30 Maybelline palette, I kind of want every penny's worth, you know? I'm gonna do, I think, a halo eye today. So I'm blending this up. Don't worry, it's not gonna be a warm smoky eye. I just wanna have a bit of warmth on the eye as a bit of a contrast color. Now we're getting into the fun stuff. I'm gonna go in with, there it is. I'm gonna go in with Cherry on Top, which is a super pretty purple. And I'm going to begin pushing this on the outer lid and blending it into that crease color, as well as the inner lid. Go back into that transition shade and blend. I'm going to take a slightly smaller, fluffier brush, and you really want to begin to build on the inner and the outer. I realise I'm now heading more towards purple. I wanted to go for blue, but we'll see if we can try and get some blue in here somewhere. This colour is lovely and pigmented as well. I have tried better eyeshadows in the past. Like, these are not the best formulated eyeshadows I've ever tried. I don't think anyone was expecting that. I do think this palette's quite expensive for this quality. I think that the color scheme and the layout is a bit more premium than regular high street. I think the quality is about the same as what I would expect from a high street product, but the price currently isn't reflecting it. I do think this looks nice. Like, I'm not bashing it or saying it's not good. And these are going on really nicely. They're blending really well. I'm not bashing it, but we haven't tried these shimmers yet, you know? There's still time for it to wow me. There's still time. I'm now gonna go in with Root Beer, which is the darkest shade in the palette. And I'm gonna begin placing it on the outer eye. Once again, we do want a little bit more depth, not too much. I don't want to completely cover up that purple. Oh, I hope you could see that. It looked like smoke coming out of my eye. Again, blend away. Now, these shadows are taking quite a lot of building to get to the intensity that I like. They are a little bit of extra work, which day to day, I don't want to have to work for my makeup to look good, but day to day, I also wouldn't wear these shades. Do you know what I mean? I am now going to go into this shade here, which is Blue Raspberry. The first shimmer, but it kind of looks a bit more like a satin. Like, it's like a dark blue with light blue shimmers in it. So it's definitely not the right colour for the pop of colour in the centre. So I'm going to lightly press this on. It's not a bad shade. It's just not wowing me. I wish it was a bit more blue. It's a bit dreary. It's a bit of a dreary colour. I want something that's gonna pop. There's fallout here. But do you see what I mean? I feel like I'm really like needing to build and kind of finesse the colour, whereas I just wanna put on an eyeshadow and for it to work. I'm gonna take a little bit of Ivory, the same concealer, which is doing a pretty good job so far. Take a bit of concealer. I really want to give the pop of colour in the centre a chance, like a fighting chance to perform. You cut out, and honestly I'm kind of jealous because I don't really want to be here either. All I've been doing for the last like 10 minutes is trying to make this work, okay? The shades just are kind of refusing to work together. Every once in a while I'll get like a flash of hope. I'm like, yes! And then it goes wrong again. And I've lost all of Cherry on Top, which is actually at the moment my favourite shade. So I'm gonna go back in with Cherry on Top. We are on the final stages here, friends. Cherry on Top is going back in the crease, just a touch. And then finally, I'm just gonna go back in with Root Beer. They're just like stripes, and this is not me not blending, okay? Trust me, I'm blending, but the more I blend, the more it disappears. Like, the shades disappear. Look at this patch. You see that? I'm gonna have to abort the top lid. Just take a little bit more of this purple, which will hide hopefully a multitude of sins. What I'll say about this palette is, if you want to go for a super basic warm smoky eye with a pop of colour, then I think that's quite easily achievable with this. If you want to do something a little bit more technical, these eyeshadows are not the one. They're a bit too chalky. They blend away when you try and blend them in. So if you try and blend multiple colours together, you're gonna start picking up colour, which makes these kind of holes. You can see this darker colour. I've tried to blend it into that blue and it's just picked up all the darker colour. So the blue looks darker than the darker colour. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna try this, which is the L'Oreal Infallible Magic Essence Drops. These are like blue primer oil drops. So I'm gonna try them. It smells like L'Oreal foundation. I don't know how much. Oh my God. That is not what I was expecting. It's like a jelly. That is so much thicker than I was expecting. I thought it would be like an oil that ran down my face, but it's really thick. So weird. Oh my God, this is so bizarre. I put on too much, I think, but this does not feel oily. I'm so confused by the texture of this. At no point has this felt like an oil. It is drying down. It feels, it's dried down. It's gone, but it just feels super tacky. That is so weird. There's no like residue at all. It's just a tacky base. And it doesn't look glowy. I thought it would be like a glowy base. It's not. I reckon even oily skin people would like this. I'm gonna use this foundation today. It's the Maybelline Super Stay Foundation in 36 Warm Sun. This is not my shade. But, you know, if you watched Soph's newest video where I'm being ripped to shreds for my foundation shade, you probably tell I don't give a shit. This is definitely not my color, but honestly, let's just try it. I have tried this foundation before and I remember liking it, but I never gravitated to it again. So I thought I would try it again. I feel like the last shade was a bit too pink, but once you've put everything else on, you can make it work. Straight off the bat, my face feels super matte. Which, if you've watched my videos before, you'll know is not my vibe. I really don't like matte skin on me. Hi. Johnson? Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. No, you look good.
Thank you. Bye. He literally said, "You look gorgeous," having not looked at me. He didn't look up the whole time. My new vlog camera's arrived. Look. Lol, love that. I'm a very, very dry skinned person, so I honestly don't like matte foundations, matte primers, none of that. And I think when I used this foundation last, I used a super dewy base, as I always do with any foundation I use. So the fact that that primer, I thought it was going to be a really nice kind of glowy base. And it was really matte, like that really caught me off guard. I really wasn't expecting that at all. We're looking super duper matte, and the concealer I'm using is also really matte, so It's called Brightening Drops, and I think it's brightening because it's blue. If you want something that's like radiant, this is not it, son, because this is matte. There's a fly. I'm gonna take some more of this concealer, which is really matte also and really light. I mean, that's not my color. I just want to see what the coverage is like under my eyes, and then I will go in with something else because this is too light for me. But I am gonna just spritz my sponge again, just to try and desperately bring some moisture back into my skin. If you've got oily skin, then go for it. Give this concealer a try, because I think you would really, really like it. If I had a dewy base on, I also think I would really love it. Okay, it's high coverage, it's matte. Let me just go in with something that's a little bit more hydrating. This is the Jouer Essential High Coverage, and it's also more my shade. I really, really, really like that concealer. It's just too light for me right now. Under my eyes look flawless, guys. If you need a new drugstore full coverage concealer, then go and get this L'Oreal one, you guys. It is full coverage. Matte full coverage. It's a definite like Shape Tape dupe, I would say. I'm gonna use a drugstore powder. This is the Rimmel Match Perfection translucent setting powder, which I absolutely love and have done for a very long time. I mean, honestly, I don't need any powder because my face feels dry as a bone, but just under the eyes, because I know that it will start to crease on me. These eyes are actually really starting to grow on me. I was gonna do an orange lip. I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna go in with Crushing, which is the orange in this palette, and just go around those edges, just to warm up that edge. I'm actually gonna take this liner. I don't know if it's eye safe, so don't do as I do. Take any orange liner, and if you have an orange lip liner and you want to use it on your eye, please sharpen it before you do. This is brand new. Yeah, I'm now invested in this. Sorry, this is the L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Lip Liner in the colour Tangerine Vertigo. Oh, what a stunner of a colour. Gorgeous. And then going back in with that Crushing shade. This is going under the eye. Blending out that Tangerine Vertigo shade. And then you want to pull it out and kind of meet it to where we've started the connection round. If I had like planned this look, which I never plan any of my makeup looks, which is probably why they don't turn out as professional as they should. It's because I make them up on the spot every time. But if I planned it, then my life would have been so much easier that whole way through that video. But hey, I guess normal people don't sit and plan the makeup that they're gonna wear every single day, do they? So this is for a regular consumer. I think that looks quite cool. Finally, I'm gonna go in with Toxic. Ooh, Toxic. That is the eyeshadow done. I would say Crushing, Cola Float, Great Pop, Chilling, all good colours. Tonic is really, oh, Tonic. I said Toxic, it's Tonic, lol. Lovely shades. Some of them are just weaker than others, like Root Beer's a bit weak. Blue Raspberry was surprisingly weak. It is a nice palette, not the best quality, but it's drugstore quality, you know? For mascara, I'm gonna use the Collection Lash Surge mascara, which I used like 5 or 6 videos back and fell in love with it. It's such a good mascara, you guys, so good. And I've seen so many of you guys have picked it up and are loving it too. Before and after. I did a late night Beauty Bay order last night. Beauty Bay's cut-off point for next day delivery is 11 PM, okay? So I placed an order at 10:57 and my Beauty Bay order arrived this morning at 9 AM. It was kind of a boring order, but it was just loads of lashes because I ran out of fake lashes. I got loads of unicorn lashes, which are my current favorites actually, as well as Dull Beauty. Dull Beauty's lashes are amazing. So let me just pick a pair, put some on, and then I'll let you know which I chose. Okay, I put on some lashes. These are Dull Beauty Jasmines, and they are spiking into my eye, I'm not gonna lie to you, but they look nice. I don't have any bronzers, so I'm just gonna whack on the one that's next to me. This is the Too Faced Dark Chocolate. Guys, it's been like 2 hours since I put my bronzer on, so I guess I can do a wear test, lol. The sun's also gone down, so I'm sorry that the lighting is different, everything is different, everything is ruined. I had some camera trouble. My camera played me for a sec. Let me just finish my face and finish this video. My blush is Milani Luminoso, which you can see I have loved and adored for a long time, but I just want to go for something easy and peachy to go with my lower lash line. A nice wash of blush. Woo! Blush is back, baby. I love blush. This is the highlight I'm gonna use. It's the Morphe High Impact Highlighter in the shade Lit. Ooh. Have I used this before? You know it's bad when you actually can't remember whether you've tried something before, right? That's nice. Again, it's not drugstore because it's not from like Boots or Superdrug, but it is affordable. It's a little bit light for me. We are getting a little bit of like white streak syndrome here. So I'm just gonna kind of blend it in with my blush. The final stage is the lips, so I could go all out orange. I think I should try out this L'Oreal colour that I have not tried the formula for. I don't know what these are called, but they're the new L'Oreal matte liquid lipsticks, okay? And this is in the shade I Empower. So I'm just gonna line my lips. Oh my God, this is bizarre, hang on. Am I meant to shake this? It's so thin. Guys. This is going on like water, hang on. That is the thinnest liquid lipstick I've ever applied. At first I thought it separated because it was so thin, but it's like, it feels like I'm putting a lip tint on my lips, but it's super like opaque. I wanna get some more colors. I'm intrigued. I'm impressed, I'm intrigued. I wanna try more colors and see. I have a feeling that the dark ones might go patchy in this formula, so I want to try some more. But I love the colour. Right, that is the finished look. This is my full face testing out some new drugstore makeup. Right, you guys, my camera's also about to die, so I'm gonna love you and leave you. Everything is linked down below. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video and give it a thumbs up. Have the best day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!